Hello everyone, welcome back to our channels. Hope you are doing good. I am Priti Gupta and in this video we will learn the types of array in DSA with super easy real life examples plus Java plus JavaScript with examples also. Okay, so let's begin. Before you going focus on what are the types of data types. In this previous video we will discussed what is DSA, what is the structure of DSA, why we need DSA, and DSA DS is based on two types, linear and non-linear types. Okay, and linear types means what? Array, stack. This is called linear types, and that is stored in like a straight line, and non-linear types is basically for like a graph tree, for example like a family. Okay, so this is called the linear non-linear types. Today we'll discuss move to the first ones, and we will discuss some point like array. What is array? Why we need array? With array, without array? What is the scenario on that? What you face on without array? We already discussed. We already did some code also, right? So hope you got the things. And if you have any query, any um, confusions, please let me know, and please comment on chat box also. Okay. So let's begin. Our main focus today focus in what are the types of array. So we already discussed in previous sessions types of arrays basically based on depend on based on dimension, based on data types, right? But today we will discuss deeply on that. We will do some code also. Okay. So let's start. So today our agenda is what? Our agenda is introductions. Introduction input. What are the types of array types, and why do you need different types of array? Then types of array based on dimension we will discuss on that. Then array of types are based on data types we will discuss, and we will do some code also. Real life analogy we will discuss on that, and code with example Java plus JavaScript also. Okay. And when to use which steps we will discuss on that. Last one we could recap on some every types array types. Okay. So this is the today agenda. So let's start. Okay. So we'll discuss what are the types of array. So array has classified into two ways. Okay. So if your interviewer has asked you what is array, we check array as a storage in a straight line, and it's been memory, or we can access array in using indexes. Okay. So what are the types of array? Array is classified into two ways, based on dimension and based on data types. What do you remember? Array are the classified into two ways, based on the dimension also and based on the data types also. Okay. So let's discuss about type of array based on dimension. Okay. So one dimension array we can call as a 1D array also. Okay. So let's say some definition. Like 1D array means what? Like simple list of item stored in single line.
The block seen you on the screen represent the block of the space on array. Each block is used to store one element in the array, and the number written above the block are the indexes. Okay, so array indexes always start with one, and so the first block is zero, second block is one, and it continues like this. And if the default value is zero, if array is infinity, default value is zero. So we can like initialize the value of zero indexes is 10, and 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. Okay, so this is the basically we initialize the value of array. Okay, so this is how array block index and default value work in one dimension array. Very simple and very important to understand. Hope you got the things. So arrays store data in continuous memory blocks.
Just tell I already discussed array is one is 1D array. Class one. I use numeric. Okay. And okay, we don't allow the number. Okay. So let's we can return one D array. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, we cannot allow this one, I think. One D array. What is the types of name is not valid. Types of one D array is not valid identifier. Hmm, what happened? Just yes, we already created class. So first we create a create. Oh my God, create a array. How to create a array? We just use int like their types, then using a square bracket, okay, then using array name, then inside we use curly braces, okay. Oh, inside their data like 10, 20, 30, 40, okay, and okay. So this is called a creation of. We can create a array. Create a array like create and initialize a array. Initialize the value. Okay. We just this is the creations and this is the initialize the some values of array. Okay. So this is called a array and this is a 1D array because we have using same state line. See. So this is called a 1D array. How do you access them? We just use system dot out dot print arr of according to the index. Like let's say 3. Okay. 3 is 0, 40. How? See, array is always starting 0 indexes. So 0, 1, oh sorry, 2 and 3. So 3 is what? 40. So that's why they return as a 40. Okay. So this is called a 1D array. Okay. So let's so 1D array is what? Each box equal to one array element. Like they kept in a state line. Same as so this is a JavaScript compiler. So we can use in simple see. So in this JavaScript compile we should use in let. Okay. Let arr equal to. So in Java, we can use in curly braces, but in JavaScript, we can use in a square bracket like 10, 20, 30, and 40. So this is called a creation of object, create and create and initialize the value. Okay. How can you print it? So simple, we can use it. In Java, we can use in system.out.println, we can print the data. But in JavaScript, we can return like a console.log. So console console.log arr of 3. See, 40 is printed. Okay. So this is called a 1D array we can create in because they kept in state line. See? Okay. So this is called a 1D array. Okay. So we already discussed what right now? We discussed, okay, I taken some pen.
Okay, so let's go
Okay.
the code
We already
and hope you got
discussed
the things.
introduction part. We already
So
completed.
let's
We
see.
right now we completed in array based in 1D dimension, right? 3 has we all completed. So I just comment on that.
Okay, so let's
These
go the
three things.
code and hope you got the things. So let's see.
Mm. Oh, so I comment these things. Okay. We already completed these three, right? Right now we will discuss 2D array. Okay. So 2D array is basically just a minute. Wait. Now we discuss 2D array. Okay. So 2D array is basically array of array look like a row and column. This one. This is the row and this is the column. This is the
Okay, so let's go the
2D array.
code
Okay.
and hope you got the
This one.
things.
Have you seen my
So
screen?
let's see.
Yeah. This is the row and this is the column. So this is called a 2D array. Let's say a school timetable. Like a row is days. Okay. And column is a period. Okay. So that's called a 2D array. Okay. So let's create a 2D array in Java. Then we create on what JavaScript also. Okay. So let's go now going on. Hope you understood the things right. 2D array is what? Like array of array. Like we have a row also, we have a column also. That's called a 2D array. Okay. We create a 2D array and then I think we should got the things. Okay. So yes.
So you see in the
Okay, so
screen, this
let's
is the
go the
2D array block
code
and
and
these
hope
are
you
the
got the
2D array
things.
indexes. Since it is
So
in tab,
let's see.
all the default value are 0 because when you slash array in 2D array event, set automatically get 0 as the default value. Okay. If you want, if you initialize the value, then the value should be a change. If you are not initialize the value, this value not should be a change. Same as this is the 2D array dimension, and this is the multiple dimension array of 2D grid. Okay, this is the 3D dimension of 3D, 2D, and so on. Hope you got the things.
Row, which one is printed? So start with this 0, 1, and 3. So sorry, 2. So 0 of 2. Like let's say print. We have to print as a 3. See, likewise, we can print out. Let's say we print, okay, let's say we print of 5. How can you do that? Tell me. Pause the video and tell me. How can you print the 5? So 5 is, see, row of 1. So we just return row of 1 and we print a pan. Then we just start the count like 0 index, 1 index, and 2 index. Okay. So 1 of 2. We already return. 1 of 1, not 2. 1. Because we print as a what? 5, not a 6. If you we can print in 2, like 6, then we can return as a what? 2 indexes, right? See, 3, 5. Okay, we can return as a ln. We go to the next line. See, 3 and 5. Okay. So this is basically what? 2D array. Hope you got the things. Let's do the code in JavaScript also. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Wait for a second. Where is my screen? Okay, yes. Okay, we already create a 1D. Okay, let's comment out and oh, let's create a 2D. How can you do that? Let ARRR equal to, this is called inside a square bracket. Inside this, we can use in 1, 2, 3, okay, and 4, 5, 6. Simple. We just created and oh, so sorry. And console dot log ARR of what? Let's say print 3, same as. So 0 of index of 0, and then index of what? 2, right? Row of index of 2. Let's say print 3. See, we can print like that. Same as we can print this one 5. So row of 1 and row of 1 and column is what? 1. Column is also 1. We can just say that column. Okay, 3 and 5. We just print it. So this is called a 2D array. We can create also. We can initialize also. Okay, this is a 2D, means 2 dimension array. Okay, yeah, hope you got the things. Let's discuss. So we already completed what? 2D also. We do some code and we discuss some analogy also. Okay. Let's discuss multiple dimension array. So multiple dimension array is what? The array which have 2 dimensions, like more than 2 dimensions, like 3D, 4D, 5D, etc. and so on. Okay. So this is called a multiple dimension array. So array, which array is like more than 2 dimension, like 2D, 3D, 5D, and so on. Okay. This is called a multiple dimension. Okay. Like the row have different different columns. That's called a multiple dimension array. Okay. So let's say a building with flow. Let's say we have to given some examples like a building with flow, rooms and cupboard inside room, right? So a building with flow, then room, then covered inside room. So flow, floor, room, then covered. So this is called what? 3D structure, right? So not used in daily, but important to understand. Okay. Multiple dimension not used in daily life. Okay. But it's important to understand, get the things in interview. Okay. So let's do the things. We already done like 2D, same as like more than we can create a 3D also. Okay. So this is called a multiple dimension array. So because this is not important, so we don't go to the code. Okay. We just understand the things because it's important to know the things. What is multiple dimension array? We just said multiple dimension is a more than 2 dimension, like 3D, 2D, 2D not, 3D, 4D, and so on. Okay. A real life example, we can just said a building with floor, rooms, and covered inside the room. So floor, then room, then covered. So this is called what? 3D structure, right? Floor. floor, then room, and then covered. Okay, so this is called what? 3D structures. So this is called a multiple dimension. So they are not used in daily, but importance to understand. Okay, so let's discuss about jagged array. Jagged array is irregular array. We can call it as a irregular array. So jagged array is what? Array where each row has different number of columns. Jagged array is what? Array where each row, like this is the row, which have different number of columns. Like one row is there, they have different number of columns is there. Okay, like one array, one row is one, but column is five. So that's called irregular array, means jagged array. Okay, let's say hostel building. Okay, floor 1 has 3 rooms. Floor 2 has 5 rooms. Floor 3 has 2 rooms. So uneven row means this is called jagged array. Okay. Hope you got the things. It's very easy. Jagged array is what? Array which each row has different row and columns. Like floor 1 has 3 rooms. Floor 2 has 5 rooms. Floor 3 has 2 rooms. And uneven row, that's called a jagged row. So let's do the code and how can you create a jagged row? How can I initialize the value of jagged row? Okay. So let's do that. I'm sharing my screen and we will do. Okay. So let's create a class. Check array. Okay. Create and initialize the value of jack array. Okay. So int jack see we can create likewise also. Okay. So sorry. Inside this. Okay. Like let's say our column row is 1 and 2 and 2 3, 4, 5. See, this is called a jagged array. Okay. System dot out dot println. Oh, print is b. What is this? Mm, 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 mm. Print system dot. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Printed system what dot out dot println. So array of r. Sorry, jagged of 0 of 0 up to let's say C. So index 2 is out of band because 0 index is what? Only 2 length, not a 3, right? Like 0, 1, 2 is not there, right? So that's why we got some exception. Okay. 2 is there. Same as 1 row and 2 column. See? 2 and 3. So this is called a jagged array. Okay. So what should you learn? So jagged array is what? Array which each row has different number of columns. That's called a jagged array. Example I already discussed like a hostel buildings. Okay. That's called a jagged array. So same as in JavaScript, we just use like 2D. Same as we just create a jagged array like number of row and number of row is there and different number of columns are different. Lots of columns are there. Okay, that's called a jagged array. So let's discuss the types of array based on the data types. Okay. So right now we discuss what we already discussed 2D dimension from multiple dimension also. We already discussed jagged also, right? Yeah. So right now we already completed this part, right? Okay. Let's go move on to types of array based on data types. Integer, string, okay. So let's discuss about ar- like types of array based on data types. So types of array is integer array, string array, char array, boolean array, float, double, object array. Okay. So integer array is what we just store as an integer type, same as 1D array. We already discussed some examples, right? Same as in JavaScript also, we created 1D array. A string array likes what? Like their types is what? A string. Okay, not is number. That's called a string array. One more I just explain you. So this is basically for like heterogeneous also homogeneous. We can call it as a heterogeneous and homogeneous also. So just a minute. Heterogeneous is basically like wait. I just tell you something. So see, the types of array based on data types is basically homogeneous array and heterogeneous array. So homogeneous means what? All elements are the same type. Okay, like using a strictly type language means all the elements are the same types means uh like if their types is integer, then their types should be an integer only. Okay, if their types is a string, their type is a string only. Like you like they are, if you are insert in a string type in integer, then inside integer they should not allow because it's use a strictly type language. Okay, so Java is a what? Java is a strictly type language. We can't allow to inside integer in like same type integer. Like if you are using an integer type, we can insert as like string type. We can't allow because Java is a strictly type language. But instead of heterogeneous, we can let's discuss heterogeneous. So heterogeneous is basically a mix of data types allow because mix of data types we can allow it like JavaScript support this language. Huh? So so homogeneous is what? Like same types only allowed. It's a strictly type in just like a Java. Okay. In heterogeneous is what? Mixed data types allowed. JavaScript support this language, this heterogeneous array. Okay. So let's discuss homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay. So heterogeneous is less okay. I just sharing my screen. Let's do the code in Java plus JavaScript. Okay. So let's create a class. It's a Homogeneous means same tabs allow. Homo, homogeneous, homogeneous tab, homogeneous array. Why they is like Java is called a homogeneous array? Let me I just uh, said you. Like we create a string, we create a string tab, a string array, okay, and inside this we just return like Priti, okay, Anaya, and Ayushi, Ayushi. These are the okay, but okay, we our name is not defined. STR, okay. So, if you are allowing like 10 inside this, see, I just printed str. See, they are not allowed. They are not allowed because Java is a strictly type language. They can't allow in different mix of data types. Println str. If you are they are showing on compile time error. See, error exists in the project. See, exception in 3 this in uncompiled time error. Because Java have compile language, Java they before run they compile it and they check it. Okay, they are not Java is not they check it. Okay, they are different types we like data we have to use in so they showing on don't allow that mismatch cannot convert into a string. Okay. So we can't allow in Java. But instead of JavaScript, they allow. Okay, I just remove it in this and see. Okay. Where they are showing because we can't using indexes, right? Because we are creating what? Array. So that's why we showing something like 3. 3 is not there. 2. IUC. Okay. So, what you learn? So Java is what? Java Java is a strictly. Oh my God, strictly type languages. Okay, they can't. They called a homogeneous array. They we can we can call as a homo homo homogeneous array. Okay. So, Java is a strictly language. That's why we can't allow to the mix up data types. Okay. So let's discuss why Java is a heterogeneous array. Heterogeneous what? We can't allow mix up data types. Okay. That's called a heterogeneous array. So let's say I'm sharing my screen. Heterogeneous. Okay. Heterogeneous array. Okay. Let's create a string. Sorry, I'm just create. Let arr equal to let's str equal to c. Priti 10 IUC 20 then Tia. Okay. So see and we can print just like console log, then console dot log, console dot log, let's say str of 3. See, 20 is printed because 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in Java, in JS, in JavaScript, in JavaScript, heterogeneous array has allowed because why? Because they allowed mix data types. Okay, they allow mixed data types. Okay, so that's why JavaScript support in JS in heterogeneous array, but homogeneous only using JavaScript. Okay, and heterogeneous array support in Python also. Okay, and homogeneous is support in C++ and Sharp. I think I don't confirm Sharp, but yeah, C++ is there heterogeneous. Okay, so we already discussed what. Uh, yes. So we already discussed array of based on data types. Okay, this one is what? Heterogeneous and homogeneous. Okay, we already discussed the real life analogy with different types of columns also. Okay, we already discussed how to access, and we don't discuss a lot what to update the value. We will do the in the operation CRUD operation. Then we can use update, how to update the value. We already discussed the print the value, right? Yes. So when to use which tabs we discuss right now. Okay. Yes. So array is basically used when see, array is basically used when just a minute. Yes. So basically use different types of array types. Like 1D is a plain is simply using simple list. If you have simple list, then we can use in simple list 1D array. If you have some problem like tables, grid, then we can use in 2D approach. Okay. Jagged is basically when we have uneven data. That time we have to use in jagged array. A string array is basically and the heterogeneous homogeneous is basically if you have a story like print in same tab, then we can use in homogeneous, like and we can use in Java. And if you are using different tab data types has allowed, then we can use in what heterogeneous. Okay, and boolean is also we can return true and false responses. Object also we can storing like a object. Okay, so this is why we need and why which types of data we have to use in this. These six we will discuss further in deeply for this topic. Okay, just we understand the things. Okay, so right now what you learned in this session. So first one is 1D array. 1D array is what? A simple list of item is used stored in single row. Okay. So I already discussed about like state land row of local in a school, like local one and log one, log two, and log three, right? They are stored in what? A state line. So each local store one object. Okay, they stored in what? In a state line, not in like row and column wise. So same way as one day stored in a single line. So another example is row of switch box kept in a state line. Like each box is called to one array element. Okay. 2D array is what? Array of array. Okay. Look like a row and columns like real life analogy, a classroom setting chart like a row. is a student sitting in each row and the column sitting inside the row. Okay, this is the classroom examples and simple school timetable. We already discussed about this. Okay, multiple dimension array is what? More than two dimension like 3D, 2D, 4, that's 40, 3D, 4D, and so on. Okay, think like a something. Think of building a floor of number, flight number, and room number. Okay, so this is the simple real life analogy. And jagged array was when we have each row has different number of columns. That time uneven row. That's called a jagged array. Okay, just like a hostel building. Okay. Another is types of array based on data types. So, first one is homogeneous and second one is heterogeneous. Homogeneous, what all elements are the same types, just like we can use in and use in. This is called a strictly type language. They called we can use in Java. That type. Okay. Heterogeneous means mixed data types that are allow JavaScript support this. Okay. And firstly, statics versus dynamic array means static array means what? The size is fixed. Okay, we can't be allowed to update them. Okay, we must decide size is creation time. Okay, dynamic array is just like a size can grow or shrink. We can update it also, we can delete edit it also, we can create it also. No, okay, just like we can use in JS that JS means JavaScript automatically dynamic memory. Okay, so this is the dynamic and a static array. Okay, why we need different array types? Because because different problems require different structures. Okay, so 1D is simple what? Simple is 2D is what? Simple table grid. Jagged what? When we have uneven data. A string array is what? Names list. And Boolean array is what? True or false responses. And object array is storing user details. Okay. For these sessions, if you have any query for this thing,
Okay, so let's go the code and hope you got the things. So let's see.